When you give your five senses over to filth and indecency, you have cast yourself out of the garden, though you are in the garden. Listen, you can take the blind man and take him into the art museum with the most beautiful art, but can he see it? He can't see it. You can take the deaf man to the beautiful orchestra and the opera, but he can't hear. Do you understand? So he's in heaven, but he can't experience it because his senses are disconnected. Now, why am I talking to you like that? It's like Wallace said. Wallace too present. We have a responsibility to establish community life.
Yes, sir.
But if we don't understand our creation, then the task will be overwhelming.
That's right.
How can I do that like that man did over there? You see? Whatever any man has achieved is nothing but a testimony to what's in me as a potential. And my problem is my perception of myself. So, let me give you this here. You have perception. Can you write it for me? Yeah. Perception. P-E-R-C-E-P-T-I-O-N. Perception. And you have reality. Perception is not reality. Perception is in pursuit of reality. W.D. Muhammad. He's a W.D. Muhammad. I don't have no problem. Everybody following somebody.
That's right.
They follow their own self. You just follow the best of yourself, which is Muhammad the Prophet. Listen, the small child, I have grandchildren. They say, Granddaddy, everywhere I go, the sun follows me. You had children take that, right? Yeah. Now that child is using this perception. How does he get the perception of the sun? Isn't it the five senses? Yeah. It's the five senses. And it says the sun is only this big, Granddaddy. It's only this big. Like put my name like this, right? So what's the problem with the child? The problem with the child is that its reality is the perception that it has. And it lives in that world of reality. And if you go against that child will fight you. The child will disagree with you, won't it?
Yes.
What's the problem? The problem is its knowledge is wrong. What it's perceiving is right through its five senses, but the knowledge is wrong. The five senses are perfect, but they're limited. They're perfect, but they're limited. The five senses. They're limited. The dog can see further than you, right? The rabbit can hear better than you. So the five senses that we have, they're perfect, but they're limited. Now look, listen. When you find people in the world fighting with each other, it could be husband and wife in the house, children. Now you know what the problem is. Do you see the gift that you have? Yes, sir. The problem is they're taking one or both of them perception as reality. This is a very powerful key that you got.
Oh, yes.
This is worth more than many. It'll save you a lot of headaches, a lot of problems. So you know this person could be 45 or 50 years old. Just see it like that grandchild. I gotta wait on them. They're living in perception as reality.
Yes.
So now, let me finish this here. Too many people have lost selfhood, which is the comfortable ability with self to manage the self. Now we know what self we're talking about. It's not the flesh body that you have to manage. It's the dude inside. That inner self has to have the dignity so that the conscious mind recognizes and is satisfied with its internal dignity. See? And it's then, and only then can we go down in the pages of history as a people who evolve into a new cultural life and a social creation to advance social leadership. The inner person has to have the tools of knowledge to be able to manage that inner self. Okay? To direct and channel that inner life. And this has to happen to us before we pass away out of this world. The intellect, the whole life, has been ordered to drive that body. The intellect has been ordered to drive the body. But what's going to drive that intellect? The soul, the spirit. So we want to restore the inner person and restore selfhood to the individual. Yes. Selfhood. I don't know what it is. Don't you have motherhood? Don't you have fatherhood? Yes. Don't you have neighborhood? Yes. And the whole object of all of that is to create selfhood. So I have to go. Allah knows I don't want to go. No, I got to go. I got other bright stars here and then blinding me. I can't see my notes.
Good to say 5 o'clock.
Oh, he said I go to 5. Let me see. Allah's God in this way. If you want to have animal life, you need a womb. Animal. If you want to have plant life, you need a womb. If you want to have a human life, you need a womb, right? But Allah's God because He creates life without a womb. Now, everybody said, this is the day I was born, October 30, 1947, January 16, 1959. Give you the birth date, right? But that's not the real birth of you. The birth of you is the day that you started thinking. So, when was that? No man knows. Only Allah holds that birth. Yeah. You know why? You see this watch? You can take this watch and you can set the hands back, can't you? You can take the watch and set the hands forward, can't you? Imam Muhammad said, if you understand that, we live in a culture that can retard your progress. So therefore, Allah will not let them know when you begin thinking. That's too much control. And you will never be free. So you have this watch. But Allah got this clock. So the human being is born as an empty vessel. And because we're born as an empty vessel, we can take on many varied natures. Right? Yeah. And sisters, because of that, you are the guardian of the sanctuary of life. Because the man can take on so many different natures. And Allah has given you, sisters, a powerful, intuitive nature. You can tell when something is wrong with that baby without that baby making a sound. And I know, like I said, I got 10 kids. And I see my wife jump up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, running over to get the babies. I'm thinking, what the heck is she doing? Baby in there choking. You know what I'm saying? She says, people are what? No intuitive power. God. So Allah has given her that. It's a guardian of life. And the real person that's ruling in your flesh body and my flesh body has no birthright. And the thing of this community is that we don't live with each other. This is the problem in Islam. Not the religion, I'm talking about the so-called community. The problem is that we're living with each other. That's wrong. We have to live for each other. You get it now? Yeah. This is the next level. I got to do something for this brother. I got to do something for this sister. I got to do this for the sake of humanity. I can no longer live with you anymore. You in a marriage, you ain't going to last if you got that mentality. Your marriage will only last as long as you start to live for that other person. Live for them. And as long as you live for them, you automatically live with them. Why? If you don't understand this, you're 2 bodies in the bed, just like this. But the minds are drifting apart. But the bodies are laying next to each other. It's a matter of time before the body going to catch up with the mind. Is it clear?